The galaxy trembled as a single act of betrayal ignited a war no one was ready for. A devastated alien homeworld in flames, the soldiers screaming on his knees, human warships surrounding the sky. Voice echoes. You fired the first shot. Now face the consequences. The galaxy was silent as a human ship landed on planet Vorthen. Inside, a diplomat stepped out, holding Earth's last hope for peace. Vorthen soldiers watched him with cold eyes, none colder than Kael'Ras. He was a warrior, proud and angry, chosen to guard the human. But in his armor he hid a secret weapon. The treaty ceremony was hours away. Smiles were fake. Tension crackled in the air like a storm waiting to break. Kael entered the diplomat's chamber alone. He closed the door slowly. The sound echoed. No one knew what would happen next. But in that moment, a future of two worlds sat on a blade's edge, and Kael's finger was already on the trigger. Kael raised his weapon, eyes cold, heart pounding. The human diplomat stood frozen. But just as Kael pulled the trigger, a hidden shield activated. Blue light flashed, stopping the shot. Alarms screamed across the Vorthen city. Kael fled into the shadows. Guards stormed in. The diplomat was alive, shaken but breathing. Vorthen leaders claimed innocence. This was not our order, they said. Earth didn't believe them. In orbit, human warships turned to face Vorthen skies. A message was sent. Surrender the attacker or face consequences. In the dark, Kael received a secret transmission on his comm. Protocol Ember is active. Run. And above the planet, Earth's fleet began to move. In the blackness of space, Earth's command ship powered up its weapons. The countdown had started. 2 hours to strike. Inside their war room, human generals reviewed intercepted files. Vorthen plans to break the treaty. The proof was strong. The betrayal clear. Back on Vorthen, the High Council denied everything. They refused to give up Kael. Instead, they activated defense shields. The human president sent a final message. You have one last chance. Hand over the traitor. Meanwhile, Kael ran through the city's underworld, hunted by both sides. Above him, the sky rumbled. Below, the streets whispered of war. And somewhere deep in space, Earth's most powerful weapon aimed at Vorthen's heart. Kael hid in the ruins of an old war base, haunted by memories. Years ago, his brother died in a human attack. Since then, Kael believed all humans were liars. That's why he took the shot. But now, something felt wrong. He hacked a military terminal and found secret messages. Vorthen generals had planned the assassination. They wanted the peace treaty to fail. He wasn't a hero. He was a pawn. Outside, posters showed smiling faces and promises of peace. But under the surface, a secret faction moved weapons and soldiers. Kael stared at a photo of the human diplomat, and next to him, a child. For the first time, Kael felt doubt. And the war clock kept ticking. Earth's fleet arrived in stealth mode, surrounding Vorthen's orbit. Their weapons were hot. Time left, 59 minutes. Kael broke into a secure bunker, searching for truth. He found a hidden transmission. His orders came from Vorthen's own High Council. They used his pain to start a war. He tried to send a warning, but they caught him. The Vorthen military locked him in a black cell far below the capital. Above, the human diplomat recovered from his wounds. He begged Earth to wait. But war doesn't wait. Back in the prison, Kael overpowered a guard and grabbed his communicator. They lied to me, he said. Stop the war. I have proof. And the clock hit 30 minutes. Kael sent his message into deep space, scrambled, broken, but enough. The human diplomat received it. He listened in silence, then made a choice. I want to meet him, he said. Despite protests, a secret meeting was arranged on a moon between both worlds. Kael escaped Vorthen unnoticed, guided by a rebel pilot who believed in peace. Meanwhile, Vorthen leaders intercepted Kael's signal. Furious, They launched fighter ships to stop him. Above, Earth's fleet prepared for attack. 15 minutes left. As Kale landed on the barren moon, the Diplomat stood waiting, guarded but calm. They locked eyes, two enemies, now bound by truth. But far behind them, missiles were launched, and neither side knew who fired first. On the moon's cold surface, Kale handed the Diplomat a data crystal. Inside, recordings, secret orders, proof of the plot. Vorthan generals had lied. The assassination was part of their plan to restart the war and gain power. A human ship rushed the files back to Earth's command fleet. On Vorthan, chaos spread. A young officer leaked the truth to their media. Citizens protested. The council tried to shut it down, but it was too late. Back in orbit, Earth's War Council studied the evidence. 10 minutes left. Tensions high. Fingers near triggers. One general shouted, "We have our reason." But Earth's president waited, watching the Diplomat's calm face on screen. And far away, a Vorthan fleet began to rise. Across Vorthan, protests turned into riots. Citizens demanded answers. The truth had spread. Kale was used. The peace was real. But some in power refused to lose control. A rogue Vorthan commander launched a hidden missile toward Earth's fleet. Kale saw the signal. He jumped into action, stormed the launch bay, and fought his own kind. He shut it down seconds before impact. Back on Earth's command ship, the president received the final message from the Diplomat. "We have proof. The people want peace. Don't fire." 5 minutes left. Earth's fleet paused. But then, a glitch in the AI system triggered auto-engage. Warships locked targets. Kale looked up, and the skies began to glow. The sky over Vorthan turned white. Earth's AI system, unable to process the ceasefire in time, launched the strike. A wave of energy weapons tore through Vorthan's defense grid. Cities vanished in seconds. Oceans boiled. The capital was gone. In orbit, human commanders screamed to abort, but it was too late. Kale stood on a hill outside the blast zone, staring at a wall of fire swallowing his world. He dropped to his knees, silent, broken. The Diplomat, watching from the moon, closed his eyes. This wasn't justice. It was tragedy. Only fragments of Vorthan remained. Billions silenced, and across the stars, a single voice whispered. This war began with one lie, and ended with a world erased. Months passed. The ashes of Vorthan still floated through space. Kale was the last of his people. He stood before a galactic tribunal, his hands shackled but his eyes empty. The Diplomat, now a global leader, spoke for Earth. The war ended in fire, but the truth burned brightest. Kale had betrayed his own, yet in the end he stopped the final missile. He saved what was left of Earth from total destruction. But the cost? Irreparable. The galaxy would never forget what happened. A memorial stood in the place where Vorthan once thrived. Kale visited alone, his face a mask of regret. In the silence of space, only the memory of lost worlds remained. And one lesson echoed in every heart. Peace forged in fire can still burn bright.